Hey, welcome to the DirtyoverHallRock show.
And boy, do we have a good show tonight for you people out there.
We're going to have the guys from two different bands who used to be in the same band.
So, okay, I'm with you. These two have
Lay
come.
that out for me.
These two have come together, ladies and
And done in
gentlemen.
a dirty way.
We got one of my best buddies and my greatest enemy. We got the one and only Billy Creason from the Damn Fine Old Band, and my main man, Mr. Vernon Jordan from the Huckleberry Shine Band, and all in the house. And it feels like deja vu. And I know this is a fake mic.
It ain't raining.
Yeah, it's not raining or it's not storming, and we got a crystal clear picture of these guys, and we're going to get down to the nitty gritty tonight.
We got a crystal meth picture.
And we are happy as hell that you guys could be here tonight.
So are we.
Thank y'all
We're
so
glad we
much.
could be here.
Welcome
Bring
to
up
the
some
program.
stuff
I
on
know
it.
it was you had to do what your Learjet just landed about 45 minutes ago.
Learjet. I let Chris Farrell borrow the Learjet last week.
You won't see it again.
Well, the door
What
is
is it,
broke.
Mr. Charlie's Dog Bone?
Yeah, Mr. Charlie's Dog Bones
That's
took
a
some
sponsor
more
of our
for
show.
Troops. But no, we let Chris borrow the Learjet and came back, out of gas and the damn door broke. So
And he don't know what happened.
we borrowed Tim Elliott's bus. So.
Oh,
Hey.
And my limo got set on fire.
Yeah. He was in
They thought you were
You know,
Donald Trump.
we had Todd on.
It was
huge.
huge.
We had Todd on
Huge.
last
It
week
was
from
huge. You got it? Huge.
from Black Glass, and
Yeah.
within a 2 or 3 week period, he had his car broken into. The passenger window was shattered,
like 3 times, right?
and some stuff was
Nobody
stolen.
stole his pianos.
Wow.
Actually,
No gear. And all.
Actually, they broke the window and put a better one in.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll be right. No,
And they left some cowboy tickets on the dashboard.
Oh yeah, here we go. That's a new one. I haven't heard that one since like before the show.
Well,
Way over there.
So now we're on YouTube Live versus Facebook Live.
We've
Right?
actually, we moved up. We have a deal with YouTube.
Deal
they
with
pay us
YouTube.
absolutely nothing. and we
They
give
pay
them
you no
dollars.
mind.
Larry's our behind the scenes producer over there. Larry,
Hey, Larry.
give them the information to where they can find the show. You can just say it out loud.
Say it out loud.
Well, see, you guys are gonna go live. I'm gonna go live on Facebook.
All right, what you do is you go to www.youtube.com/user/DirtyoverHallRock/live.
Okay.
/suck.
So I'm gonna go.
Well, there's
Facebook Live.
9
yeah,
sucking with
there's
us
two.
right now.
This is a first. We're dual simulcasting.
We're simulcast.
Is that possible? Is that like fourth dimensional?
That is some cool shit.
Yeah.
So Billy, oh hey, how you doing? Hey, get my guts out.
I'm gonna flash between when you ask a
Which one is
question. Hey, Trey Childress is watching.
Hey,
Trench.
Sean Hyler's on here.
just want to say, Trey Childers, we love you, buddy. Sorry about Pittsburgh. Anyway,
Damn.
Got Tim Jewers.
so Billy,
Most during the
no,
show.
besides being a front man for one of the biggest bands around, you're a hell of a cameraman. I see that. Pro
It's a
wrestler,
steady- the
entrepreneur.
Crease on Steadicam.
So what's been going on in the world of Damn Fino?
Well, obviously we've had a few changes. Justin.
Not since we saw. Oh yeah, we have.
Justin,
Yeah.
Justin is he stepped down. Really hated to lose you. I mean, obviously we're still friends. No, I mean, wasn't nothing like that. He's got some other things going on.
Well, he's a
that
new daddy.
Well, his son just turned a year old. He's a new fiance.
Oh
So,
shit.
We were,
And he's putting the old band together.
and the Troubadours got back
We're
together.
putting the
it was really-
band back together.
Yeah, the Troubadours got
They're
back
on
together.
mission.
They're on a mission from Gag.
Yeah.
But no, dude, the Troubadours sounded great
Yeah.
before, and so I think it was the travel and stuff like that. It was just,
Which brings us back to one of your former drummers.
well, we
You about wore him out too.
We
But
tried-
Vernon's been up
yeah.
down the road for about
Yeah.
20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
So
So we brought him out of retirement to go on the road.
Right,
You
and
know,
that's
put him back on the
fantastic.
road.
it's good
And
to see
then,
him.
but we got Zach Benson, who he was with Josh Black.
Oh,
Josh Black
okay.
band. Played with Tommy Dixon was in that band. Tommy D from every band that Red was ever in.
Okay.
Tommy and those guys, they were playing for a while. So Zach was available, and actually Dom McManus had said, "Hey man, I know this killer drummer. Y'all check him out." We got talking, and sent some videos in. We checked him out.
Ain't it funny how that works always? Like when you need somebody says, hey, I used to play in a band 10 years ago with this guy, and he ain't doing nothing now. Let's call him.
Well, I mean, this kid. I say kid. I can say that now. I'm old enough to say kid.
Well, yeah, you're 58.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I'm
Seventy.
sorry. I mean,
Hey, look, he's packing some heat.
Oh, yeah, I meant.
He brought a gun.
I set my gun down,
Oh,
so you're
shit.
safe. But no, I'm over here taking pictures of Larry while we do this. Zach is a veteran.
Right,
Was in
good deal.
did 4 years in the Navy. I mean, it's okay.
Well,
It's
yeah,
Navy.
it's-
He's a CB though.
It's
He's
not
a
the
CB.
right branch, but.
He was a CB. The dude is 6 foot whatever. I got some beef now. If shit goes down,
You got a little seaman.
I'm gonna hide behind him. Well, we got us a bear now. I think he might be bigger than Chris Lester. Zach's a big dude, tattooed up, man.
Can't hear Brian.
Doesn't look like he would be in a country band.
Oh, okay.
But
cool.
he's played hard rock, original stuff. In fact, he told me the other day the project that he actually left, that it started up to come play with us was a Raging Against the Machines tribute band.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
So how does it? But you put it out there. I mean, you guys travel.
We didn't
a
really
lot.
put it out.
I mean, is he comfortable with that?
Oh
Is he
yeah,
ready
his
to
first
put it
show
out?
was this past week. We were in Macon, Georgia. At the
That's
Crazy
crazy.
Bull.
Cool.
And that was his first show. But he's been rehearsing, man. We've actually been practicing. You believe that?
Testing.
This thing you say is called practice.
Yeah.
How,
We actually
tell us how that works.
we set the circle.
We did that when they first joined.
No, but we did rehearsing with him for a couple weeks. And so he was ready. Actually, we did 2 rehearsals with him, man. He learned the set list, and even, obviously anybody that ever played in the band will tell you that I write set list out. I'll never follow it.
What? Oh my God! Don't say that to them.
Uh,
That is all I hear. Set list. I'm
But-
like, it's the same shit. How do you not remember it from last week and the week before and the week before and the week before and the week before?
Yeah, we've
They
heard.
can't remember
We've
shit,
heard.
man. They
CRS.
can't remember shit.
But anyhow, we Vern's hey Vern, Vern's here.
The best part is like when they get ready and they
We
mess
sure had to
something up.
say Jaeger.
Yes,
Yeah.
Cool.
We got those.
We got them at Ozzy's.
At Ozzy. Yeah, the Jaeger
Oh,
reps
shit.
were there.
Now that place, man, I every time I see like pictures and stuff, that looks like a happening joint.
It is. We're actually going to be there next weekend.
Oh,
place.
cool.
So we got that phone call yesterday.
And for the folks, where is that at?
Columbia Southwest. Columbia Southwest. Better known as KC.
Yeah.
I only know that because that's what they wrote on the tickets I got.
We haven't been that far. That's predominantly though like a country bar, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we play a little bit of everything there. But, I mean,
Right.
it's country.
It comes through.
Well, it's more of the newer stuff. Is what we kind of did. I mean, you have a mixed crowd down there. Some nights they'll ask for Merle Haggard and Hank Willie and Weather. The next night they want to hear, Colt Ford and the Lax and stuff like that.
When you hear the word country, I have to ask this because you do play a little bit of both. When you hear the word country music, what does your brain go to? Like what you were raised in country,
Yeah, I mean,
Which was-
when I think of traditional '90s country, I mean, it probably
like
Yeah.
Alabama.
Joe Diff.
Alabama.
Yeah.
All the '90s stuff to me, '90s was the.
I can see this.
I would say it was a disco era because if you listen to music, the '50s, what country was in the '50s turned into rock and roll, and rock and roll in the '70s turned into what country started doing. I mean, you look at from like '77 to '82 when you had the Eddie Rabbits coming out and Earl Thomas Conley. You listen to that stuff, you hear a lot of.
I wake up to a.
I won't say easy rock, but you hear a lot of disco influence in some of the songs.
Right.
And then before that, they had that what they called the Nashville sound, where they had all the string sections.
Oh yeah.
And
Charlie
That
Rich
crying
and guys
stuff.
like that.
Yeah.
you know.
You got some steel guitar going on.
we don't have steel guitar. We got piano.
Because every time I think country, when I was growing up, that's what I hear.
And you can't afford to get a steel guitar
Dave's
player.
old.
I mean, the good steel. We look forever to get a steel guitar player, and the good ones are always busy, man. And probably the best around right now is Ray. Plays with the Honky Tonk Outlaws. Plays with Matt Dillon and those guys.
Oh, okay.
Ray Edwards, and I follow along the best around. I mean, we knew some steel players, but getting those guys to, every one of those guys we paid.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
It's very rare. It's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
That's like when usually when people come up to me and they're like, "Man, I'm taking guitar lessons. I'm doing this." I'm like, "You realize there's 9,000 guitar players, 4 bass players, maybe 2 drummers, and there's like 3 singers in this whole area, right?"
What is that song by Del McCree? There's 2,572 guitar players in Nashville.
I remember when we first started playing in
Hey,
the garage.
whoever's got their phone on, you're causing an echo in the stream. Turn your volume down.
My phone is off.
I don't think.
You're running something. Something's giving an echo.
My volume is off. I'm muted.
How dare you?
So is that?
Computers, y'all got anything for
Are
you?
you?
I just turned it off.
I
just turned it off.
People were talking about.
Mine's not even on.
Shut the lights
I'll
off.
mute.
At least
I'll
Vernon's
mute
got
it.
his shit together.
But what I was gonna say is
Somebody said shut the lights off.
when we started in a garage,
There
it was like one or two guitar players the first night, and then the next week it was like 4 guitar players. It just kept doubling, and somebody went, "Man, somebody's got to play something else."
I almost set this up
Well, that's the
here.
only reason, like, when I was coming up, I hate to, I'm not making it about me, but that's the only reason I became the singer in high school is because I didn't have a guitar. We had, one of my buddies was a guitar player, the other one was a bass player, one of them was a drummer, and guess what? They're like, who's going to sing? And I'm like, well, I don't know anything. So I guess that's me. And the guy had a microphone already set up, so.
You
Well, it's like
remember?
Johnny was just telling me last weekend he had watched a story about Def Leppard, how they got together. Joe Elliott tried out for the band.
As a guitar
As a
player.
guitar
Yeah.
player.
Yeah. And was a decent guitar player, what I heard.
And they told him, they said, well, we like you to be in the band, but we want you to be the lead singer.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to be the lead
Yeah.
singer. But
He already had the whole band and
The logo,
and the
yeah.
name and everything.
Yeah.
Together. And they were like, because he was playing guitar, I saw the Hysteria movie,
Which was
and
pretty good.
it was alright. It was informative.
yeah,
But when you guys were starting out, you remember the first little crap hole of a practice shed that you were in?
That when we started out?
us or just whatever
They
bands
used you
we
as an
were.
individual.
Oh, dude.
First
First time I practiced with a band.
Yeah.
Was up in, I was playing in a band called Hard Time. Hard Time Band, because it was Hard Times. We practiced in a single wide trailer. The drummer was in the bedroom. Okay. The drummer was set up in the bedroom. The bass player, me, and the guitar player was in the damn living room. And we had like a 100-foot cable with a monitor on the drummer. And that's how we practiced. And, but it was a single wide trailer. You still go to 52 before you get to Cook Road on the right. You see it right there beside 52. But we, in fact, 'cause I remember I was working second shift when I started. So I couldn't play like Friday nights. I had to play only Saturdays. I got off work at 11 o'clock, and I just started learning how to play guitar. And Keith Wagner was the lead guitar player. Keith used to work at Crowd. He was banjo, guitar, bass, he played drums. Literally, one of those guys is good, knows it. But I would go up there, and I get off at 11 o'clock, I go to his house, and sit there and play guitar, practice, and he would teach me, the songs that we all right, this is how this is the chord for this song. And I did that for about 3 months. That's how I learned how to play guitar by myself, but I learned a lot of stuff.
Right. There's nothing like playing with other
But
people. Because you can only
It
in a
wasn't any
bedroom.
YouTube back then.
It was YouTube. I mean, that's showing my age now. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but I'm not a millennial. I still remember when AOL and the chat rooms.
Oh yeah.
But there was YouTube was out there, but you had to buy videos. You had to learn, and then you spend $30 on them.
I had VA. That's what I do now.
I got songbooks. I had album songbooks with
Brings them
tablatures.
to practice once a year.
And still they get ignored. So that's nothing. But how about you, Vernon? Were you always? I mean, you always wanted to do the drums and that's it, or did you just try to play guitar? And
No, when I first got interested to be in a band, I wanted to be front guy.
I think everybody kind of like policemen,
And
firemen,
and ran into some guys at the roller skating rink back in '79,
oh shit.
and
the hustle.
they had a pretty good setup. Drums guy had decent guitar, decent equipment, and they could play. But we never could find a bass player.
That always the case.
Always.
I'll get
Never
one.
could. The one time we did find a bass player, we had an awesome jam session. We played, oh shit, what's that stick song?
Too much time over here.
No, the jig is up, the news is out. They finally found me. You know the song, but I can't think of the damn name of it. Renegade.
Renegade.
Oh God.
Oh, bitch!
Renegade. I bet we played that song 50 times just because we were having a blast
Yeah.
doing it, you know.
Oh, yeah. For us, it was. And when the first Poison album came out, and we all wanted to be, we're like, man, we got to get long hair, and that's why I let the mullet grow out. And we did Talk Dirty to Me about 4,000 times.
We
over
learned
and over.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog in 1983 or 4.
I wasn't
We
even
played
alive
that
then.
over and
Oh, that was my favorite band when I was a kid.
Wait a minute, y'all had a crowd in West Virginia to come listen to y'all?
No. We set up on this guy's deck. He had his
On
dad.
his what?
I sure am glad he enunciated.
On his back.
His dad was a bluegrass guy. He was a band called the Bluegrass Five, and he let me and my friends roadie for him. And
Wait, stop. How you carried cases?
well, yeah, basically we
They all had
carried
one
stuff over.
microphone.
And he let us set up on the back deck, and we would play all damn weekend long, the same 4 songs over and over. And then we thought we could write our own songs, which I actually still have some of them. The other day, I dug one out of a
We tried
cassette.
that.
Billy and Vernon are interviewing Brian.
Yeah. you guys go ahead. I'll be quiet.
Nah, he always does it. Somebody told me on the way over, don't let Brian make it about Brian all the time. I ain't gonna say who said that.
Yeah, Chris Farrell.
No, it was. I can't tell you who. No,
Okay, go ahead.
no. It's funny who it was.
Steve on.
It's bad.
Pat.
Y'all go on that show? Brian always talks about him.
Who's Pat?
It's bad. Gan.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Anyway, I think it was her I talked to today. That said that.
Where did you start off at? In a garage, in a basement?
It's like what?
It was a living room guy's house.
Yeah.
But there were times I remember one time we practiced out in a barn.
Yeah, we done.
Well, we
that.
played a bunch of those.
We did.
Had to hoist the equipment up through the loft because it
Yeah.
wouldn't go through the trap.
I don't
door.
remember why we did that now, but we did.
We
Yeah.
the first incarnation of starting a band, I was in other bands, but when I said, "Hey, I'm starting a band, I'm gonna," and that band was a guy by the name of Scott Allison. What would turn into Damn Fino was Scott Allison on drums, Chris Southern on guitar, and at the time Bobby Meadows on bass, and we practiced in my basement. And we left there, but I got it my house was built in 1943, so I don't have an external exterior door going to the basement. You go through the house.
All
And
right.
it's in the middle of the house, and the door's about to step wide. You can't barely get shit in there. And we were practicing down there. We practiced down there a couple of weeks, man. We had this big rain come up right in the gutters.
Oh,
It flooded the basement.
See where
Well,
we're going.
it was more a cellar or
No, it was a hand dug basement. Concrete. They hand dug it though and concreted it in. So I mean, it's not the most sealant, but it flooded
You got
everywhere
some
but
fake soup.
the carpet where we had everything set up. It flooded everywhere else. So I was like, "Hey guys, it's all right." And I dried it out and I sucked it. I had my suck pump. What happened with my suck pump? Got the hose caught the floater. That it activates the suck pump. Well, it held it down, so the pump never came on. This has happened a couple times over the years.
Right.
But anyway, like I said, our stuff was fine. Nothing got wet. Nothing got ruined. Well, if anybody knows Chris Southern, he loves his gear. Chris, I love you. I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna practice in my house." He said, "I'm not putting my stuff in your basement again, ever."
Yeah, I know.
So
I
we
learned the
started.
hard way when you are in a basement like that to put it on pallets.
This was on Bourbon carpet. I had Bourbon carpet down there. But anyway, so yeah, I practiced pretty much in every single wide trailer to every basement garage. What was it? Chris Fraser said, "We just keep moving from patio to patio." Like Sling Blade.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway.
a lot of times it's wherever the drummer lives because you just don't want to tear.
We
your shit
were in a
down.
band like that. Me and Chris were in a band like that. Swamp Donkey was like that. Which Brian Beatty was our drummer. He lived in Mount Airy. Me and Chris lived down. I lived in Winston. Chris lived in Archdale. We were driving to Mount Airy to practice. And
I
yeah,
can't get guys to walk out the back door. Oh, was that about me? Sorry. Go ahead.
But anyway, next question.
2 minutes.
2 minutes to the first
2
break.
minutes.
Yep.
Real quickly, as we're going out, you guys big TV watchers? You watch like some of those old TV shows on
Netflix.
yeah, well, not Netflix, but you know, like on those old TV shows that showed like. And the reason I'm bringing this up is Mary Tyler Moore just recently died. I don't know if
And
you've heard about that.
She passed away today, and Derek Trucks of the Allman Brothers.
Derek
Butch.
Trucks did?
Butch. Derek. What I say?
Derek's uncle.
Can we
Yeah,
redo
yeah.
that? Butch Trucks, the
Okay.
freight train. I'm an idiot.
All right.
Oh, I said
did
Derek.
not hear about
I had
that.
Derek on my mind, but
But because they
Bush
always go
Not Derek
1, 2,
Trucks.
3, because we've lost so many people in 2016 and
2017 started out the same way.
Yeah, starting off the same way.
You know,
And we lost a lot of good musicians around here too.
a lot of good musicians around here, and of course, I know we'll get into it in the next segment. But you know, club owners lost 2 club owners last week or week before, or the last 7 days, 8 days. I mean, it's but I guess we're getting to that point, that age and
Yeah.
stuff like
I
that.
know.
Wrap it up.
Catch up with us.
Isn't it funny?
Larry's next.
Some of us sooner or later.
He's smoke-a-thon.
Yeah. Why are you smoking and chewing tobacco at the same time? What are you trying to get a coronary right here? Eating bacon. Damn.
Every time I think
Hey,
of Larry, I
My
think
doctor told me them last 10 years you shit your pants and can't remember nothing. I just do without
Larry,
them.
like Kilroy was here and just smoked. Just
So are we dead there?
Yeah, we're getting ready. We're going to take our first break, and we'll be right back with the boys.
with Billy and Vernon.
Yeah, Billy and Vernon right here on the Dirty Overall Rock Show.
But Facebook is still live on the Billy Creason channel.
back. This is Dirty Over Hall Rock Show. I'm Brian Hall.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Dave.
And we're sitting here with Billy Creason and Vernon Jordan.
It's nice to be here.
Billy Creason.
Very, very good.
Very, very good to be here.
Billy
I would like to
Creason
do
from
impressions for you.
from the Damn Fino Band, and Mr. Vernon Jordan, formerly of the Damn Fino Band.
And
Now,
currently with
Huckleberry
the
Shine.
Huckleberry Shine.
Huckleberry Shine.
Well, and you're doing a little freelance work too with the Billy Creason project too right now. Right? Oh no, you already added the guy.
We
I'm
already.
sorry.
Yeah.
We done covered that. I'm
Well,
sorry.
you played at
Who hit him in
Riders
the head?
Well, I'm
Yeah,
not
he
allowed
did.
to-
Night
I'm not allowed
after-
to talk.
the night after George died.
Yeah,
How was
I
that,
filled
by
in.
the way? I gotta know. When you're
Oh.
playing in the house of George,
Yeah,
the night after he died.
It was.
that had to be surreal.
It was. That's just the word I was getting ready to say. It was exactly that.
You could feel him there.
And,
Oh, yeah, of
awesome
course.
crowd.
Did you guys swing
Yeah.
through the viewing at all?
I was there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we saw each
you.
other. We
You
came.
did-
Oh, that's right.
You were over there going through his pocket.
Yeah.
I went by there.
They was trying to
I went
hit
by
on
there after I got off
chicks.
work.
Yeah.
What was
they,
it?
They stuck him right where I play. So
You know,
when
this
I'm
is
on
very-
the stage, I'm gonna be like,
This is very.
that's where George was at. So
Are you gonna be able to get through it? Okay. Cool.
Well, you know, what they had asked me that night, they took me in the office. Was like, well, what are your thoughts? This is what we're going to be doing. This is what Dad wanted. And I said,
Yeah.
well, I said I wouldn't want people to walk up and down them steps. I mean, it's just not
Oh,
feasible.
I mean,
said
two drunks that fell up there trying
Well, I
to
mean, they're not built to code per se.
oh,
And older people get up and down. Yeah, they were. They built
Code.
it.
Greatest place in the world.
But I said, well, just put them right there in front. People can walk in and walk out. It really was amazing. I mean, there were people there at 12 o'clock.
We
there-
heard
there
well
was-
over like 2,000 some people.
I did. It went through 4 signing books. I think it was 4 or 5 signing
Yeah.
books.
I saw just about every musician in this area. I was like, oh shit, there's Rocky. I
Well,
hadn't seen him in years.
me
you know?
and Rock actually, we played at the funeral on Wednesday. Yeah, we sang at the funeral on Wednesday, and that was I'd never been to I never witnessed a Mason's funeral service.
Oasis, right?
He was a Mason and a Shriner, so he was. But and to see all these people that was a lot more family and close personal friends.
Well, yeah, of course.
It was a who's who of Guilford County's who's who. I mean, it was former like aldermen, and there was people from the school board. There was deputies. There were
DJ Barnes, the sheriff.
BJ
Oh
Barnes.
yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of people. When I came in right towards the end there the night of the lake. And,
Yeah,
even then
somebody
there
was asking me about wrestling. Said, I remember when you was out here wrestling Billy, and I turned around and damn, he's right there. 2 seconds
walked in,
later,
my son walked
yeah, he
in.
walked in, and I was like, oh shit! I said, there he is, right there.
He said, keep that kid away from me, man.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Oh yeah, Larry was.
So
with
Larry
me.
was there. But the cool thing about it is, and we've all talked about it before. I got the phone call that morning that this was happening. I'm like, nah, I called Tina. Tina didn't even know you. I couldn't tell her that. I said, you need to call Miss Pat. You need to call George's house. She's like, what's wrong? I said, I don't know. I just know you would call her. She called me right back. And the first thing to my thought was, look, y'all do whatever y'all got to do. I wasn't even thinking about the show. And she said, Georgia told her, whatever happens to me, y'all keep trucking. And the cool thing is, that's their intentions. And talked to Miss Pat today, and that's what she's hoping to keep his legacy alive and keep it going.
What a wonderful lady too. Man.
She's a sweetheart.
So, I mean,
She really is.
great.
She said, I know your name, and I know I've talked to you a bunch on the phone, but I know you and Brian by what George called you. And I said, I know what they. Oh, so
Called me son.
called me son.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Well, you didn't let me finish.
That works.
Every time bitches that fuck me over.
Got a bunch of queers. That's what we
George.
say when we
Yeah.
say, man.
Yeah.
That's some hot dog eating motherfucker.
It was funny that the last time we did wrestle, we had them lined out the door that night,
Oh, yeah.
and it was a big crowd. I don't care. They can say what they want to. They came to see us. They didn't come to see the Lizard. They came to see two big boys jump
I
out.
had so
food
many
stand.
people, so many people hit me up like, "Man, you won!" You know, they thought that shit was real. You know, and I was
I
like,
didn't win. I got
Yeah.
robbed. We're not getting that. It's still,
Vernon,
it's a
It's
good
sore
one.
subject,
I got my
man.
How come you haven't strapped on the tights and jumped in there?
because he's
Well, the
smart.
first time was the day that me
The
and
day
Jimmy
he got married.
Oh,
I
yeah.
left his wedding. I'm gonna put this away now.
And
Yeah,
by the
please.
time
Please do.
by the time the second time come around, I'm too old and broke down now.
Yeah.
So are we. What are you talking about? I went to the damn hospital the next day. I literally, I did.
For what?
Yeah, my shoulder.
Oh,
Brian,
really?
Brian dislocated my shoulder in about the first,
2 seconds.
the first
I
throw.
told you I
we
didn't know
did.
what I was doing.
I know you did. That's what hurt me. I said,
I
Brian,
tried to
do
tell-
this. He went the other
I
way,
tried to tell Boogie I didn't know what I was doing
and
either.
my
He didn't
arm
wanna
went up.
listen.
I mean, but it was all right. I mean, I still,
Everything looked pretty good.
I couldn't feel my right hand the
I
whole
only had
damn
one
match.
injury, and that was when I got hit on top of the head and I bit my own tongue. I was like,
Ethan hit it. My son hit him with a
that was awesome.
with a trash can. Well, and that maybe last time the midgets come in, we can go.
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
we might win then. I don't know.
Because after he got the belt,
And I got my
and
crap.
all the brouhaha
They
started,
didn't.
he
All
dropped the
hell
belt,
dropped.
and I went and got the belt, and I hit.
I got hit. I had to
what
drop
was
the
his
belt.
name? Who did I hit?
Matt Houston.
Matt
Yeah, I
Houston.
hit him on
I hit
it.
Matt
Somebody should have hit him with the belt.
No, he did.
Because he had Brian in the corner working him on.
That's what I said before we started. I said, "You come to me." I said, "Because these other cats, they're gonna kill me." He's like, "I got you, I got you."
I had
And
it.
I said, "DDT me." He said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." And he did it, man. I didn't feel. I was like, "Hell yeah." I didn't feel nothing.
But
It was fun,
George
though.
had said though that I ought to have y'all. He said I ought to have y'all hit each other once a month, beat the crap out of each other. I make more money off y'all wrestling than I do y'all playing. And I told.
It was a good crowd there.
It was a great crowd.
Over 250 people is what I heard.
It was packed
Yeah.
out. It was a good time.
Because I want to look around and go, "Where's all
Oh
these people?"
man, George, he used to give Jimmy hell, man. Him and
Oh yeah.
Jimmy's like, we'd walk in there, he'd be like, "Yeah, he's riding my ass over this, this, and this."
Oh, so you didn't talk business of Jimmy always
Hell
talk business?
no, I know better. I was like, no, I don't want on that side of it.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was the same thing every time we went in there.
Oh, he gave us
It
hell
all
too.
started like this. Y'all fucked me.
Yeah.
I was like, what did we do, George? And y'all played over there at damn Brick City or wherever.
See,
I'm like,
we-
George, all your bands play over there. Why
Not
do
us.
you give us shit?
We
We
didn't
talked
do it.
about talking
Well, we
to town
didn't.
like it was,
Oh, yeah.
Winners
Oh, yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Well-
I was like, we had 6 people. Y'all fucked me.
Which he died what, the week was it the day or a week after George? Wayno.
Wayno died
A week
Yeah,
after.
week
the
after.
day George was buried.
Yeah.
Oh,
he,
yeah.
He died on Wednesday morning or late Tuesday night. Wayne.
Tell him about our
Wayne
Wayno
was-
story.
We
That involves
got a Wayno story. I about died. I got scars.
That involves
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Vernon.
I gotta
Jordan.
know, how the hell did you guys get Hurricane Willie up there on that damn ceiling?
That's the first thing we saw when we walked in. We
Yeah,
was like,
How the hell? Because that ceiling goes
It
on
looked
forever.
like-
I've heard
that's
this
like,
story, but I
that's
can't
like 3 atmospheres up
I
there.
honestly don't know how he did it, but I know
you
who
had to
did it.
lay down to do
Who
it.
did it?
Rocky did it.
Rocky did
Yeah.
it. I mean, because it's pretty
Yeah,
big
ladder,
and it's
But
pretty
I have
high.
no idea how he did it. To this day, I do
You
not
had to
know.
must
lay
have got
down
a
to
big
do it.
dick.
You
Yeah.
want to tell? I remember we played there. And,
Michelangelo.
I felt that, but
Donatello.
if you went back through the, you go up in that room or down in that hole where the band room was, and you come back up, and then you turn a corner and go up another set of steps. You're on the stage. Well, to the side of the stage was another couple of rooms, and
Yeah.
like they had like a sound booth
It
there.
was like a DJ.
Yeah,
booth
and there
or
was a
something.
hole in the floor. If
Well,
He found out.
I fell through that
if you're not
I
paying
fell through
attention with a
that
flashlight,
and
you-
fell down underneath that.
how far
and-
down does it go? I never saw the
It
bottom.
was about 4 damn feet. Who did you?
Wayne
Who,
Dawes.
I was standing there, and I turned around, and Billy was there, and I turned around, and I looked back, and he was gone.
and I'm like, somebody get me out!
Wayno
I
said,
seen
"Got
his
that
hand.
cheek and day's paper
Look.
sleeping on the job."
Look, dude. I mean, it cut. Look, you can still
I seen his
you
arm
see the
sticking up
scars?
out.
Oh,
Dude,
God.
it cut my damn arm, man, because it was like jagged plywood and nails and shit. Dude, it sliced me open right there, man.
Yeah.
And we,
Damn it, motherfucker!
Lord, I apologize. Vernon, and we had the late Rex Crawford playing with us, and
Did you put on your little ace bandage and just keep rolling?
dude, Wayne was
You
actually the
feel
one.
Did
great.
he
Wayne,
meet you in the parking lot and say,
if you keep that door open, that'll be the last time
Fire
you
your
play here.
ass.
I don't remember how many times
Oh,
he
my
threatened to fire.
God.
No, he took fires for our name. We couldn't even use our. We couldn't use the damn find
It
our
was
name.
dang fire.
No. He called us. They called us K Vegas.
Oh, I remember hearing
K
about
Yeah,
Vegas. They
something like
wouldn't
that,
even
yeah.
let us use our name. Like I was like, you said you wasn't gonna put on the billboard. I got merchandise to sell. I got a table full of merchandise, and
That's
everybody's
a
like,
big billboard too. That sucker's way.
well, and he's like, so he'd cuss me out in every effort
Oh,
word, but no, he ain't putting damn on my billboard. But as far as Dixie's going to keep that place going too.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I felt
we
it.
need to call her again.
Didn't he live in that little?
I don't
The
think-
apartment
Yeah,
next
he
door.
lived there.
He didn't like the for a while. He was-
Are you
You know the
serious?
big
Yeah, I
sign in
wish
the
I
back
was-
that
I wish
says
I was joking.
no profanity, no this, no that, and it said no writing on the walls. Well, Chris was pointing to that and pointing to Brian, and Brian was standing in front of Chris, pointing to no drugs on the premises. And I got a picture of it somewhere.
Enough about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
What's the next topic?
Well, let's get to what Vernon's doing now. I mean, you're doing double duty. Well, why do I keep saying that?
said duty.
I'm sorry.
He
You
was
doing, but you guys have a brand new drummer.
Got a brand new drummer.
So
Zach
you're back
Benson.
with what's going on with the Huckleberry Shine Camp?
Well, we're just trucking along.
Right.
We did Riders last Saturday. Had a good time.
Wow, you played there almost 2 weekends. In a
I
row.
did it 2 Saturdays in a row.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
funny.
He
He was
says,
like,
I'll do it next week. I'm
no, he said, dang, I wish they didn't have a band Friday. I just leave my stuff set up. I was like, well, yeah, they probably.
Well,
have a band.
that wouldn't
They would
work out
probably
good
appreciate that.
with the thing for George being there. That wouldn't.
Well, yeah,
that
that's
wouldn't be
true.
cool.
That would
Really.
actually no. Well, there again, it might have been cool to have knowing George, he'd probably want to charge money. No.
Oh, yeah.
I do feel good that we had a great crowd that night. And
Well, we went up there Friday and it was packed. For a
Oh, yeah.
Friday, I was like, of course, the band that was playing there, they were like, man, this is, they finally got to play in front of a big crowd.
Didn't get to finish the story.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
No, we didn't switch seats.
We're going to Baden Lake this Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Oh, out at the White House?
Yeah, White House. Yeah, you
Great,
Oh, yeah.
great
Yeah.
gig, man. Great
Yeah, that's-
people.
yeah.
Oh, y'all do? Y'all
Yeah,
switching
great.
seats right in the middle?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, this is
This
professional.
is
professional.
especially when the weather warms
we were
up.
supposed to have done it last Saturday,
things
weren't we?
pick up a little bit better.
Yeah, we were talking to him about doing Labor Day, but
We got 3 minutes.
White
You
House
could have
is
waited.
fantastic. It's huge.
Oh.
It's wonderful.
Tell him the story about the first time we played at the White House. What did Jimmy do?
you go ahead. I talk too much.
Okay,
Where are we?
Jimmy was
Bottom
trying. There was a couple of cars in front of the club,
Oh,
and he was trying to get the trailer as close to the door as he can.
and he
across
can't
that
back it up
gravel
because he's
driveway.
blind. Jimmy's
And it's
blind.
the van plus
He
the
drives a
big
truck
trailer.
for a living. What?
Yeah, thank
So
you.
he pulls the van and turns around and aims towards the road and drives down in the ditch,
Oh.
and it bottoms out and he gets stuck.
Damn.
So we had to
We've done
unload.
that before.
We had to unload the trailer in order to get
Who's
take
watching
everything
the
out
YouTube
of the
chat?
trailer.
You're not watching the YouTube chat.
I'm not watching
Uh-oh.
right now.
I'm afraid it's
But the
not.
funny
John
part-
Lawrence says, "Tell the damn host to watch the YouTube chat."
I know, right? So the funny part was after he bottomed out and got stuck, so we were like ha 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 over that. But then it wasn't so funny when we had to take everything from the trailer,
and carry it
like
by hand
across the
that-
street to the door.
Oh shit!
I mean, not literally, but
Hey,
it
this
was
is funny as
tight.
hell. Jason Aldean's uncle just
And you're
messes.
pushing the hand truck through that
Who's the
gravel.
fat guy?
He says, "What the hell are you doing? Have you lost your love? Do you know? Have you lost your love?" And damn, this is Aldean's uncle Roy.
Yeah.
It literally is Jason Aldean's uncle.
Yeah,
We're on
he
Billy's Facebook Live.com. Here we go. So
Oh.
anyway,
But anyway,
I'm sorry.
Baden Lake this Saturday. Next month, the 18th is. I know the 18th we're in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Play
Cool.
that right.
oh wait, were you?
You'd have to ask Johnny.
Yeah.
There's only 2 bars in Rock Hill to play, so
Well, he
Uh,
lives down
And,
that way, doesn't he?
and the 25th is Legends and King.
Oh, cool. Cool
there
dude.
you go.
Yeah.
Ignore all the penises that are drawn on
Yeah,
it.
just drop
Wait
my
a minute,
name.
keep
At,
painting over that.
just drop
Alright,
my
here we
name
go.
at the door. They'll kick you out.
You gotta tell me what that means. I'm used to a professional studio. At Fox 8, they just look at you and say,
No,
Well,
this
around
shit right
here-
here means a
around
symbol
here
on
they
me,
go like
where I
this.
come from.
that means what?
That means a
number
symbol
one.
on me.
Wrap it up.
When Jimmy
Wrap
looks
it the
at us and
fuck
goes
up.
that, he goes, "Okay, one more song." Here we
That's
go.
what. No, Donald look at me and say, like it's 1:55. I don't. You cut him off.
We usually look at Chris and he's going, and Jimmy just keeps going 3 more songs. Like,
So, and we'll talk about that later.
yeah, we'll talk. Ladies and
So
gentlemen,
it's big
we're
be right back.
We're here with Billy Creason. We're here with Vernon Jordan, Dirty Dave, and myself. We'll be right back after this commercial message.
You're listening to and watching
The Dirty Overhaul
DirtyoverHallRock.
wrong.
ketchup packs.
Hey, welcome back
ladies
to the
and
Dirty
gentlemen,
We are back
Are we?
after a long hiatus. I think everybody had to go
Hyman?
after a long hymen. This is the Dirty Overhaul Rock Show. We're sitting here with Vernon Jordan.
He's dirty and I'm overall.
Yeah.
You guys got any extracurricular activities, little hobbies, things you like to do? Like you like go skiing? You ever been skiing, for example?
What the hell is he talking
The
about?
reason I asked
Vernon works for
Paul, because Kiss frontman Paul Stanley just suffered a concussion while skiing.
Hey, at least
And
you
you
didn't
know,
get
skiing
sunny.
also took Sonny
Sonny
Bono.
Bono,
So I'm
yeah.
thinking, let's not go skiing.
Didn't we were
my
talking at
advice.
Riders last week. We were talking about a Bono story. I sat on his car. I was in Palm Springs one time. I don't know who the heck. Me and Sean were talking. Our piano. We were talking about Sonny Bono, and they were talking about how he was a skier.
Bit the big one.
Sean was
Slammed
talking,
into
but
a
I
tree.
I was flying out of Palm Springs back home. I was stationed at Twin Island Palms, and I flew out of Palm Springs a lot. And we were walking. We had like a layover, and I had to wait. I don't know, like 4 hours for my damn plane. So took off walking. Me and a couple of my buddies. We walked by the city hall, and there's Sonny Bono's Mercedes sitting out there in the front of it. It said Bono, and I sat on the hood, took a picture. I got it in one of my scrapbooks. But anyway, and Sonny actually came outside, man, and talked to us for like 15 minutes. It was pretty cool.
He said, "Hey, Marines, get
You're
your
way
ass
taller
off
than
my
he
He
was.
car."
said, "Hey, you guys
Yeah.
want to go skiing?"
He's like 5 foot.
Oh yeah.
But he was like
Cher
5 foot
like
tall.
6'1".
Cher was, she was big.
Yeah, he like big women.
Yeah, she likes to lick her lips like Brian does.
Yeah, whose lips?
Ron licking anybody's lips.
Yeah, a lot of lips.
The
I bet.
Hyman lips.
Okay, let's get this thing
Damn.
back on the rails here.
Do we,
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
I
we just
said,
lost 2 sponsors.
Hey, yeah.
No shit.
Welcome to Lick Lickers. I mean, Lip Lickers.
welcome to Lick Lickers.
So, Vernon, how long have you been actually playing? It's going to be well over, what, 20, I know.
30.
30.
30
Because
plus.
you were originally, you were with Jackie then for a while, right?
30 plus years.
Pretty much a who's who.
I
right?
played I played Riders and Night at Open.
The night at a
Oh, my God, for real.
Yeah, it was a Sunday night. It was a multi-band deal. I was playing in the band circuit with Jackie, Tommy Smith, Keith Garner, and Rick Lockhart.
Oh, wow.
We had a pretty kicking little rock band going at the time, and
Yeah,
So-
Keith's a hell of a guitar player.
yeah, he is. All those guys, man, they
Yeah.
were all monster players.
a lot of those guys are just not around. Either they don't play anymore, or they're not with us anymore. Or,
Yeah,
Like Billy said, it's like age. You can't, I
I
mean,
don't know, man.
can't fight it.
My mom told me one time when I was in my late teens or early 20s, she said she still felt like that 16-year-old girl inside. And I said, yeah, I know how you feel. I still feel like a 16-year-old girl.
I mean, you
inside.
tried to feel one down in Rockingham.
I know if you'd left me alone.
but
Yeah,
It's
seriously.
crazy.
drummer
It's
is.
crazy to think of.
Tampax just pulled their sponsor.
Oh, is that right?
We lost
They just pulled it out.
Yeah, they just sent me a message.
And we're in a
I'm sure
bloody
Ashley
mess now.
Jones was disappointed.
No, yeah, but honestly, sit back and go back to we covered this in the first 3-hour show I did. When I came home and I was working. I was actually working at the Country Corral. I was working there, and I'd jump on stage with Jackie all the time, and it was always like Mustang Sally. He'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
Where's my karaoke singers at? And I'd get up there and blow it. He'd be like, all right, give my damn money. I'd sit up there the whole song, and he's like, yeah, that's great. Can I have the microphone back?
Yeah.
And I got started, but to honestly get, I was sang in church when I was a kid, but I got started on the Rider stage on Thursday nights, man, when karaoke was Sam the Man back
Oh, God. I
then.
bet
That's-
Sam.
yeah, so that's when I started.
He was really good, too. I mean,
Oh,
he
he was
used to
good.
do a hell of a job.
He
We
was-
got Dan the man.
and then I'd get on stage.
Oh,
I'd get on
man.
stage with
Cinnamon.
every now and then Brian would walk out, when he had the first wireless, had a big antenna on the back of it. It's like-
Yeah. That was my Bob Barker.
yeah, and so I do stuff. But I mean,
Spay and
Fair
neuter your
Warning was
pets.
like it was fun to go watch the show.
Your band mates too.
Not before when he had a really good bass player. It was really fun.
Yeah. God rest his soul.
Hey, Billy, your son's watching.
Oh Lord,
Who?
my
Oh.
son's on here somewhere.
All right, Ethan, don't grow up like your dad. Okay, let's get back to
Hey,
It's Vernon Tubby. Vernon
All right,
Tubby.
Vernon, let's.
Venom Tubby. Yeah.
Venum
I
Tubby.
got a
That's my
question for you, and I want to know the truth. Best boss, Johnny Spivey, Billy Creason. And I want the dirt.
How about neither of the two?
Oh shit.
Okay,
I'm hurt.
I can live
I'm
with
hurt
that.
by that. Really?
Boss.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
hurt by that.
What you said, balls.
best balls.
Damn.
We love Johnny Spivey, but I
He
mean,
said, who's got the best balls, Billy Creason? Or
Well, that would be Chris
he
Farrell.
spent more time with me.
Yeah.
I had him almost, well, 8, well.
Nice little chunk.
he had to
played-
think about it.
I was in Dan Fino about as long as I was in Hurricane Willie.
2000.
Yeah, because that's when I first saw you.
8
Hurricane
years.
Willie.
8 years. 8 years.
Mhm.
8 years with us. And, you know, back when
Well, a couple of the guys from Hurricane and Rocky played with you too.
Rocky played with us,
Yeah.
Randy, when Donald was hospitalized a couple years back.
Randy, yeah, Randy.
Randy
Randy
Stevens
came
played
down
with us.
to Columbia and filled in. Did
Oh,
a
yeah,
great,
cool.
did
had
a great job.
weekend. Had a great weekend. Randy Stevens is an awesome bass player.
Yeah,
by
you
the way.
guys, man. Hurricane Willie, it was great bands. I mean, everybody in the band was kick ass.
Speaking of bass players, I'm at the
For the longest
viewing-
time, all the
I'm
places
listening.
we used to go, we would hear, you know, as far as who the best bands were at any given place.
Yeah.
It was like, well, it's Fair Warning and you guys.
Damn, Jackie Wilson didn't get an
Yeah,
honorable
can I get that
mention.
You know, it's funny
Can I
because
get
when
that
we
again?
had Charlie and Todd on last week, we started talking about, you know, how you get started, who did you see, or what did you hear
I
that
was
got
back
you
to
started.
Jackie Wilson.
And both guys said what? Said they went to go see Fair Warning.
At
Charlie.
Country
We did
Corral.
too. Fair Warning to 5 to
that,
1.
that blew me away. I was
But
like,
you know,
wow.
back then you had Fair Warning 5 to 1, Hurricane Willie, Flying Colors, you
Over
had
Rockin' Horse.
Rockin' Horse.
was fun.
Rockin' Horse. Was
I thought
badass.
you didn't play
Electric
with those guys,
Horseman.
right?
Well, the Electric Horseman was way before 5
Yeah,
to
the
1. That
Electric
was-
Horseman.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, then there was Tone and Groove. Those boys were.
I never did. Get
Alias Mangler.
well, that's Jimmy's band.
That's
Anus
Mangler.
Hey, that's my-
Yeah, that was before any of
I
that.
remember
that
that.
was back in the 80s.
Hey,
83.
Before he was into anus.
Yeah, no, he's still into anus. But, trust me, I know. I
Before he
sleep
was
on
a
I
my
love those guys.
But
Bacchanal, what?
He was just a boiler back then. He wasn't
Elvis.
into
No, but I mean that was the thing back then. Corral was bumping.
Yeah.
You know,
But they're
Yeah.
always, that's one thing you could say about this area, though. It's like there's always been great bands. Right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
There's great entertainment if you go out and see it. And if, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
if
you
you
got
go
to get
out
off
and
your
see
damn
what-
couch and go see it. You know, and then I ain't going to lie, too.
A
there's a lot of
soapbox is
lessons,
coming.
You know.
A soapbox message by Brian Hall.
Now you
I'm
guys have
good.
seen the Friday
I'll do
nights
it.
just as much as we have. You've seen the
What
Friday
happened to
nights.
Friday nights, man? I mean, it's
Because it used to be you could play at
What's
one
your
bar on
opinion?
Friday and then another bar on Saturday, and the crowds were pretty much the same.
Well, we
Maybe a little bit more on
Friday's
Saturday.
Friday is just the people that we played for aged out.
Yeah.
exactly. That's what Jimmy
They,
Henson-
when they get off work Friday,
they're wore out.
they don't
we
feel
gotta
like
go
going.
to the house.
You
Because
know?
I would go to the same bar Friday,
Hey, it's gonna
Saturday,
come
and
back.
Sunday night.
I hope
It's
it
gonna
doesn't.
come back. Trump's in.
Well, it's
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well,
but
you know,
Friday,
and we,
Saturday, Sunday, same bar.
we're a bit of an exception because honestly, we only play 2 venues locally. We play Riders in the Country, we play Johnny and June's, and that's it. I mean, everything else we play is out of state or out of town. You know, we play.
Now, did you plan that like intentionally, or it just
Well,
worked out like that?
You know, back then we were pushing the original music and the album, and we wanted to
Branch out.
branch out. You know, we needed to get our and so we started. I just got on the computer, man, and started busting my butt to book these shows all over. I mean, we've been to. Good Lord, we've been to every honky tonk from South Georgia to
from DC to
Maryland.
Macon.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
and in between, and
What's the absolute worst one that you've been
Omer, South
Omer,
Carolina.
South Carolina.
to? He says the same
Wow.
thing.
Donald Coons, are you watching? Because we're talking about Omer.
Oh my
I
What,
don't-
what made it so stand out?
God, what a nightmare!
Omer was in the middle of nowhere, number one.
I've never heard
On
of
the
it.
way to the show,
Really, middle of nowhere.
it's between Orangeburg and Columbia, down a long 2-lane road with nothing but cornfields. Orangeburg, South Carolina. So between Columbia and Charleston,
Okay.
on the
yeah.
back roads,
Right.
the closest motel was 20 miles, and it was. There was bullet holes in the windows. There was bullet holes in the cars in the parking lot. The damn swimming pool. I mean, this really. we walk in this
What was it called? The Last Dollar or something?
Last
like
Dollar Saloon, and I know
Because that's the last dollar you spent right there.
Was this place like the place that the Blues Brothers played with the chicken wire and all that?
no, but it was
No,
a
no
big,
chicken wire.
it was a big old metal building. It was decent inside, big bar, and the guy was like, y'all want to stay in? We got a single wide for y'all to stay in. And we were like, nah, man, we got some room 20 miles away. We should have stayed in the single wide. We should have.
Really?
It'd have been, yes.
I don't know. You might have heard some banjo music.
Mike Berto was sick
Okay.
and was sick all the way down there and couldn't mix. So we took Mike to the motel where he stayed the whole weekend. Like he was in bad shape.
What was funny is he was sitting back here with a martini and a hot tub martini and
He was so sick, man. I mean, he wired up the PA wrong.
He was bad.
He was bad sick. He was trying. He was trying. Man, you know, there's all kinds of stuff going on with him, and he was trying. Man, I just finally said, dude, just go sit down.
He had the dribbling shit.
So we came back. We started on the way down. We had a flat tire in Columbia. We changed it. I left the lights on while we were changing the tire. The battery went dead. Had to call a club owner. From Columbia to come meet us over there with jumper cables.
Wow, we thought we
Ozzy Rawls showed up and saved us. We get to the venue at 8 o'clock. Set
Oh,
up
shit.
sound check. And we're having problems. And it was 10 o'clock. And we're like, we're supposed to start now. We ain't been in the motel yet. We go to the motel. We get back at 11. Crowd is still somewhat there. He's like, oh, man, we had about 80 people. They left. He's lying. But anyway,
yeah.
we played the show that night. And after we got everything going, it was all right. Played the show. And then they wanted to hang out. They wanted us to hang out. They started buying us drinks and everything else. And I'll never forget, there was a fight broke out.
Vernon's always the voice of reason. I can tell it.
No, Vernon had done went to the motel.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Me and
Vernon
Judy,
done left.
Oh yeah. I ain't got time for this.
So it was me, Donald, David Joyce, who's our merch manager / road manager, whatever you want to call him, the guy that gets things.
Just think.
We had and Jacob Taylor was supposed to be roadieing for us. And he got drunk on the way down there, so he was
Okay.
he
On
went
the
passed
way
out
down there.
Jake went and passed out in the van and came back up, sobered up, and walked back in the bar. We're still here. I said, yeah, round two. So
Come get me at the end.
we start, a fight breaks out, and all I heard was, all right, I'll be right back. I'm going to get my pistol. We ran in the office, and this girl locked us in the office. And
Well, we always put the band when the shooting starts.
dude, they locked us in the office, and the cops came, and it was
Yeah.
the one deputy showed up with his one bullet, and it was exciting. And then
One more.
the next day, we're riding around this town, man. It's like people just opened their damn doors and left. Like there was furniture in every yard and shit. I mean, it was like, dude, it was
looked like The
horrible.
Walking Dead after.
It did.
Yeah. It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We found a Hardee's in town. That was the only place open to eat, and a
That's
barbecue joint.
You guys
And
like
a
fancy
Subway.
eating? Here's Hardee's.
I mean, see, it was the
We
worst.
should go to the Huddle House with Jimmy.
Oh yeah. We start throwing racial epithets.
That was the worst.
1 minute. 1 minute.
And we're the only white people in the walk.
That,
Oh,
that sounds
Lord.
like.
Hey, Billy, your son wants to know if you're making another music video
We got
or another album.
we got to do another album. We talked about it, and we got some interest in some songs that we want to write. But there's a buttload of songs out there that have been written that this time around we're going to pick some songs out of the catalog and record some other songwriters, some very talented songwriters, and we're going to try to get some local songwriters.
That's cool.
And so yeah, new album is we need some money. So if you want to hear a new album, people,
Go to
message
the
me.
Go to our GoFundMe.
go
Yeah,
me
I was
from.
getting ready to say
We're
that.
gonna and we'll do one of those.
Do you know
probably,
they created a GoFundMe page for Betty White
to stay alive?
Yeah.
to stay alive?
Well, it made a killing though.
And last time we checked it was at $5,000.
Hey, Sammy Harris. Sammy
And that was
Harris.
2 or
I
3
said
weeks
Sammy,
ago.
Sammy Harris.
They made one for me that says they want me to kick the bucket.
Hardee's is a 5-star fast food. What you talking about, Willis? Oh, there's Sammy Harris. We love you, Sammy
The big
Harris.
star. Is that what it's called? The big burger they got?
Yeah.
I'm now
I'll
going
tell
back
you
to
what,
read
that beer cheese bacon burger,
bacon beer cheese.
that is shit.
How do you know?
It give you the what?
I don't listen to your recommendations.
cheese,
Billy, what's
bacon
that?
burger.
What's
I
a good
was
burger?
at
The Baconator.
Yeah.
I was at
But I'm on a diet, so I eat SOBs, the Son of Baconators.
I was
Oh,
at
okay.
Sheets tonight.
I got a bunch of these little boys right here. So I went and got me a free little.
They ordered
made
up
the
a
order
free.
thing. They got a
order
burger
sandwiches.
There's a
that's
glory
got
hole in
the
there. and he's-
mozzarella sticks on it.
Well, you can put mozzarella sticks or the fried mac and cheese. You can put that on there too. Only back.
We had a request if you would step up to the pole dancing, Billy, you'd make more money.
That's
I
C Farrell from.
That's C. Farrell from Columbia. South
No,
You're
that
singing
was
some
actually
English Manglish.
PL.
PL.
Patty Leonard.
Patty Leonard. She just wants to see me naked.
Again.
Oh shit!
Again.
Here comes the damn response.
Robin
Yeah.
Bride says we were gay.
That's true.
You just
She just actually texted me back, says she done told you the Tampax has pulled their sponsors.
look at the producer of this professional show, like right there.
So you say that was your? I mean, that was your
she sent a
worst all
sticker.
time for all your bands, or just?
She just
The
threw
worst
up.
was pretty bad.
Worst one. Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All time.
Yeah,
All time.
Yeah.
Say thank you,
Yeah.
Billy.
I think so.
Hey, we couldn't get out of damn Omer, South Carolina fast enough.
3
Uh,
minutes
what was
out.
what was the motel story that we heard?
Something about Billy pissing in the penthouse or something.
No, I
Oh,
pissed
at
off
the top that weekend off, leaving Omer Sunday morning, I got a speeding ticket.
Oh, so that put
You
the
couldn't
ice
get out
on
of
the
here fast
cake.
enough.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
story was we were in the penthouse suite
All right,
in
maybe not 3.
Augusta, Georgia. They screwed up our rooms. They put us in the penthouse at a Peachtree, or was it Peachtree Hotel?
Something like that. Yeah,
Big
downtown.
mistake.
The president had all stayed there. Like everybody, Michael Jackson had slept in the same bed I slept in.
At the same time.
That's the
So
one.
did you beat it?
No, but apparently I did pee off.
But seriously,
I did pee off the balcony. It was,
That's what we heard.
it was February.
It
was
John?
cold.
and it like turned the
No,
ice on.
no, February, it was like 70 degrees down
No,
there.
the very first time I went to
Augusta.
country club, it was cold. It was February. It was like the first Friday in February. We got a call on a Monday. Can you be in Augusta Friday? I was like, yes, we can.
Billy has the distinction of all of our guests has a Billy Creason story for some reason. They all.
Oh wait, I heard a Billy Creason story. I need to confirm or deny. I heard. I don't know if it was his first show, but it was right around the first show when Justin Puckett. Well, you guys were playing somewhere, and he showed up in a pair of shorts, and you told him the story I heard was, "What the hell are you doing? There's a dress code."
And damn fine.
No, well, we were.
There's a
that
dress
was-
code in this band.
No, we did
And
that.
did Vernon
Button
adhere
down
to
shirts
the
and,
dress
and
code?
pants.
No,
So-
we didn't. We didn't tell him that. Well, the way we did it was, Chris showed up. Chris Farrell would wear damn Adidas warm up pants, and be like, "Hell, I'm just gonna wear this." I'm like, "No, you're not."
Well, yeah, I get. Trust me, I feel you.
Well, at least Dave will top it off with some
Yeah,
athletic
yeah.
wear. Chris Farrell will be wearing like a
Our drummer has wore the same outfit for the last
wear-
14 years, I think.
well,
Every week.
a drummer.
I hope so too.
Well, you know,
I got a pair of white baseball pants.
Vernon
That
Jordan
everybody
set the
from
standard.
here to South Carolina has signed.
Vernon Jordan set the standard of well dressed drummers.
Yeah, you gotta look good, man.
But Justin
You're
did too.
performing.
I didn't care that they wore shorts because can't nobody see their legs.
Right,
But
especially
now
them-
Chris
Especially them chicken
is
legs.
going to wear shorts, you know, in December, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
you know. So it was always.
Struggle.
But once he got married, it was easier because his wife.
Yeah, straightened his
wife
ass out.
straightened him out. That's true. So.
Well, speaking of that, we'll hopefully we'll come back after this segment. We'll tie this thing up.
Chris Farrell.
Put a bow on it.
We'll
as
put
you
a bow
say.
on this thing. We'll find out what the guys.
That's the
got coming up.
fact, Jack.
Right.
I don't know what
Logan,
camera we're on.
Justin Puck is talking to Chris on this. He's like, Farrell, I need you to play a show.
Oh,
February
they're trying to
30th.
book shows, but we'll be right back after this. It's the
We're gonna be right
Dirty
back.
Rock Show.
ladies and gentlemen. You're watching live the Dirty Overhaul Rock Show with Brian Hall, Dirty Dave Baker, special guest tonight, the maestro Vernon Jordan, and yours truly, Big Delicious. Billy Creason. It's my new name they gave me,
Okay.
Big Delicious.
Okay.
So
They call Dave Big Dirty.
Big Dirty. Well, there's a reason why.
Because
He's like some big, and he wants some
your
dirty.
new nickname is Dirtbag.
Yeah,
Dirt bag.
Yeah, we had the Dog Days guys in, and they all had their own nicknames. One of them was Donut,
Hubcap.
Hubcap. Mine's Tailpipe.
Uh,
Dave's Dirt
we
Bag.
had those.
They call me
But I
Bonanza.
want to know how you.
Yeah, I was in prison. I got that name.
Vernon was big. I called Vern Big Daddy V. That was
Okay.
what I always called him.
They got your last name that start with a D.
Well, Justin was Big D. They called Justin Big D. I'm sure he's told you why.
Delicious Donald.
And then Donald was the professor.
Oh, okay.
Called Donald the professor. Bobby Goodtime, we gave him that damn name, and he went on and did bigger and better things with it.
What was Chris Farrell?
It changed a lot.
Dog toy.
Originally, it was Redneck.
Oh, we got a
hold
caller.
Probably Chris Farrell.
Billy, hold your hand down.
Hi,
here.
you got the Dirty Overhaul Rock Show. Who we got on the line?
Dirty Overhaul Oat Show.
Turn it up.
I'm working on it.
I am from Otto and the Peso, and we like to come on the show, see?
Oh, I know who that is.
Well, sir, you're always welcome. This is a Donald Trump free show.
It's
accept-
fantastic.
We accept-
See, we have to go behind the wall, see? So we want to come on the show before the stupido, Trumpido, put us behind the wall, see?
Okay, sir.
Hey,
We
but
support-
come on Tuesdays and bring tacos.
Yeah, we do support our Latin American fans out there.
We come on Tuesdays, but it's behind
What do you
the
mean?
doors.
You're Latin American fans. Ben Soraya?
Ben psoriasis.
We like the enchiladas, we cheeseburgers at McDonald's too. We like the Happy Meal. But we got good music. Paco and the Pesos. We play this song. How do you say? Flush. We play Flush in the key of S. But I don't know. I don't know. You kind of sing a little, maybe. I don't know.
No, Chris Farrell ain't that clever.
Oh, that's true.
That sounds like Rob McBride. Is that you, Boogie?
Yeah, me. No comprendo. No.
Is that the Boogie Woogie Band? Bam, bam.
See, a booger. Yeah, the boogers, yes.
It's Rob.
Okay.
Who?
Thomas.
Who the hell knows? He probably got a phone over at Walmart in Thomasville.
Are you calling from an Obama phone, sir?
You got to get his back.
If you get the Obama and the Walmart with the green card, yes, we're good, yes.
Can we
See,
expect
so
Trump
we
phones
come
in?
on your show, no?
Justin
No!
Yeah.
That is Justin Puckett.
Yeah, you may come on, sir, at any time.
Is that Justin Puckett I hear?
See, gracias, Nico. Paco and the Pesos, coming live to the dirty doggy style overbent.
I like that better than what we came up with. The dirty old doggy style.
Lord, ever having a good time. Hey, Larry!
What's up, man?
Can you play? Can you guys? You play banjo? You play musical, no?
Yes, sir. We try to, sir.
You play the La Cucaracha, please.
La cucaracha, yo se puedo caminar hasta mañana, yo se puedo caminar.
Okay, we got another call coming in now.
Sir,
okay.
Para la bamba.
We got another call.
Hasta luego, pinche fuero. Cállate, güey.
Call back.
Okay,
We got another call.
Hang up
We
on
got
that
another call.
Yo.
Hey, you got the Dirty Overhaul Rock Show. Who we got on the line?
May I speak to Mrs. Patty Leonard?
No, but we have Mr. Patty Leonard in here. Hey, you must have heard us talking about your pretty legs.
Tell me Mr. Deadman's on the phone.
Oh God!
The phone's been quiet all night. Now.
Hey, how is things in the big city of Columbia? How's your one band show going?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good, man.
But he tells me, he says, I'm gonna come see you Saturday. I said, where are you gonna come see us at? Are you playing Saturday? I said, no, we're playing Friday this week, which we didn't get to yet. But Chris said, I'm gonna be there. I said, well, we're playing Friday. You ain't gonna be here if you're coming Saturday. You gonna miss it.
Now you see the difference between a quality phone
He'll be always playing Saturday.
and some Obama phone that
Yeah, don't
called me in a minute ago.
I think because there was a big Dodge truck that was causing that one. I think it was Justin Puggett.
The one
I
that's
could
been
be wrong.
MIA for about 3
Yeah, don't make fun of our only callers.
Yeah, Chris. Chris, we were talking about Omer a minute ago.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Tell him about Omer.
That was a sad night.
Sad night. Hell, that was a sad weekend. What are you talking about? Chris actually it was close enough, though, Chris could drive home for an hour, so he didn't have to sleep in that damn.
Oh, yeah. Why didn't he let y'all stay with him?
I don't remember why.
I don't understand.
I don't remember why. Shut up. Every time we come to Columbia, hey, y'all come stay at my house.
That's because you snore, he said.
I snore bad.
You sound like a damn chainsaw, man.
Yeah, I know.
So do you. Yeah, like he acts like he don't snore.
I'm the only one that don't.
Let me tell you what I did though. we were playing. We played. I forgot. We had to do. We did a one night show. So in Columbia, and we were coming out of Georgia somewhere. And remember, we all hung out at Chris's house for a little while. We wasn't gonna buy a room. We were like, we're gonna come play the show and go home that night. We weren't gonna get a room, right?
Billy, put your hand down.
Oh, sorry. So, man, everybody passed out, and they got these nice leather couches. Well, I went and jumped in the bed
With his wife?
with Chris.
Oh, man.
Yeah, with my wife.
No, Kathy was not in the. I went to jump in the bed with Chris, taking a nap. Chris done got butt naked in mid daylight,
Oh, God.
mid afternoon, broad daylight. Chris was butt naked in the bed. I jumped in there going, pick around.
Rub his mule.
Yeah. Wait, if you know Chris Farrell, it's not a mule, it's a donkey.
Yeah,
It's got a donkey.
I got to try it with skin flute.
But yeah, I ended up getting more than I bargained for when I did that day.
Oh, won't you tell them about me at birthday in Augusta?
The same weekend that I peed off the.
Well, I had my flag play on it.
Well, so we woke up the next morning.
Oh my God.
Chris and
I
Donald.
thought we were bad.
Chris and Donald drove separate because Chris has got a guitar amp, 8 guitars, 15 attaché cases to carry all his guitar
Yeah, like
picks.
Dave brings his whole wardrobe.
Yeah,
with
so
him.
Chris always had to have his own vehicle to tote all his stuff. And then, so him and Donald drove down separate. Anyway, we stayed in that penthouse suite, right? Well, there was 4 rooms, and so there was 5 of us.
Talk without your hand.
No, there was 3 rooms.
Well, you're not Italian.
Wait, I'm doing my. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. It's a bit. Anyway, so we had to share a couple beds, right? Me and David Joyce is in the master suite, the one that all the presidents and Michael
So y'all
Jackson
can be
slept
alone.
in. And Vernon, where were y'all at? Y'all stayed at another motel or something? I can't
That's what
remember.
his wife was.
Yeah, Vernon was there.
Yeah.
You rode with me, didn't you?
Dick bumping.
Anyhow, so I think Vernon, Bobby had a room. Vernon, did you and Bobby share a room?
Oh, my
No,
God.
I had one myself.
All right, so you and
He's
Bobby
a star. He should.
and Donald, all right, that's what it was. Donald had a bed, he had a bed, Bobby had a bed. Me and Dave had a king, but Berto and Chris was
They
in
used to sleep together.
Berto and Chris was sleeping in a double bed, in a regular
Single in a double bed.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we got up to I passed out on the couch. It was a picture. It's a couch like this. I was a little skinnier.
Okay.
I got
My
a
shirt-
picture of Billy sitting on that sofa with your damn jogging pants up to his titties when he was all
Yeah, I pulled him up here like a softball coach, and my old moose knuckle was hanging out. And I got my arm around Berto, and the caption they put on Facebook. The caption was,
how you get a raise in damn Fino. And Berto laid his head in my lap, and I had that little picture of Berto. But anyhow, so I open up the door. Each door had its own room key, you know. But I open up that door, man, and Berto is sitting there fully clothed. He ain't even took his shoes off. Berto is on the edge of the damn bed like this. Okay.
Like Sling Blade.
He's just laying there, and his eyes are open. Chris is sprawled out like this right here in his boxer shorts. Well, the boxer shorts is open. And Chris is
that's a sight I can't unsee.
So Chris is laying there with his sack on Berto's leg, and I opened the door. I said, "You ready to go?" He said, "Time to go." Yep. He jumped up, man, ready to get the hell out of there. Yeah. Chris thought, "What y'all doing?" I said, "Did you sleep?" He said, "Hold on, let's get out of here."
Who else is calling?
Yeah, we got somebody else.
I don't recognize the number.
What is it?
Join it in on the call. Do a join call.
They're gone.
All right, Chris, we got another. Oh, well, never mind. Chris, we're going to have to let you go now. We got.
So that was, Chris has usually got a lot of Billy stories.
He
So
does. I
yeah,
ain't
we
worried
got
about
one on
Chris.
him there.
Oh, well.
There we go.
Justin told the one about you falling asleep at the McDonald's
Dip in my mouth.
drive-thru.
I did, but hell, it took so long to get our food.
At first I heard it was Sonic, then it was
God almighty. We opened for Jeff Bates and King one time. And Rodney, I can't really divulge a lot of information. Hell, he lost. Anyway, we acquired a whole case of bootleggers. And I had like 8 of them. Chris drank the rest. So there's like 20 in a case. So Chris drank 12.
Good God.
I had 8. And I do remember that night, not much. I do remember I'm standing beside Jeff Bates during he's doing his autographs and pictures. And people were taking pictures of me and him together. And I'm signing autographs too. And I don't remember.
You're like, it's my brother.
Well, Jeff was killer. So what ended up happening was Jeff walked me out to the car. Jeff had to walk me out to the car, and
That's when he fondled Billy. And Billy
No, I
don't
didn't.
remember
I
anything.
did. There was a picture of me. We went to Wendy's, and a picture of me passed out, standing up in my Durango. My body's laying in the back of the Durango, and Berto and Alex Church had to put me in it. Alex Church was my sober driver that night. He was only like 19. He wasn't even playing.
I got one that Chris Farrell sent me, and you were basically in your drawers and nothing else, asleep like this on the couch.
Oh. Where was we at when I did that?
I don't know.
Was that your house?
I never shared that one. That's the private collection.
Them pictures will never be in public.
Yeah, thank God. Hey, somebody had the pictures of where we did play Brick City, and we played Brick City one time, and I don't know how I ended up with my.
He says,
I was out in the middle of the street, my cowboy boots on, my cowboy hat, my underwear in the middle of that main road right there.
Uh-oh.
Probably my mom calling.
Let's take this one.
Yeah, we'll go ahead. Chris,
I love you, Chris. We'll see you Friday.
Love you, buddy.
See you Friday night.
Later.
Hey, you got the Dirty Overhaul Rock Show. Who we got on the line?
Hi. You got
What?
That's like my grandma.
Motherfucker!
Oh, they think I
Call
hung
back.
up on her.
Call him back, yeah.
Yeah, call him back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are very professional.
They'll
here at
call
this
back.
show.
Well,
We're only like
Well, you
20 minutes over what we normally
Oh,
do.
it's okay.
All right,
We're on
well,
YouTube now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll cut it off here in a second.
Hey, you owe us 2 shows anyway.
No,
Yeah,
fuck
you
you. I got to work tomorrow.
Work.
Yeah.
Is that what you call it?
Yep.
What you
Raise 6 youngins. Hell yeah.
6 youngins.
That ain't all yours.
That's true.
No, it wasn't, but I raised them.
Only half.
From the waist down.
I am from the neck up.
Do you have, and then boom. Vernon Jordan, yes, we do.
Well, maybe we'll finish the show right now.
What are your ex-wives? That's my
I'm
son.
currently not
That's my son. What is he doing calling in?
Who is it?
That's my son. That's Ethan.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Please record it.
Why has he got the outgoing message like that?
Number one,
He probably got scared.
Call him back.
Yeah, I did. It went straight to voice.
Call him
No,
back.
do-
He
do
probably
it
doesn't know
again,
that.
do it again, do it
He'll
again.
figure it out. What does he want? He's about to talk shit to you, bro.
That's all right. I'm used to it.
So, you want my daddy in the ring?
Yeah,
I've seen
right.
you. No, that was funny.
Oh wait, here we go.
Is it him calling about 8888?
Hey, you got the Dirty Overhaul Rock Show. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, it's the Dirty Overhaul Rock Show. Who we got on the line?
I was calling to see if you fellows would have a fellow that sells propane and propane accessories on your show like they do.
My God.
That sounds familiar. Is this Mr. Hill from Arlington, Texas?
Oh, no, I'm from propane. It's strictly propane, I'll tell you what. Oh, damn it, Bobby, shut the hell up.
What in the hell?
What the hell? That sounds like the two boys that whacked off from my tool shed.
Where's on
No, that's Mr. Anderson. That's my little brother. I'll tell you what. Hell, shut the hell up.
How are things in the big city of Randleman this evening?
Ooh, my ain't good. What's
You figured it out.
I
was still
knew.
going,
He was a Mexican too, I thought for a minute there, but
Sir,
Let me tell you what's going on, brother.
not much, man. What's up with you?
Brilliant T. Jordan, how you doing, my brother?
Boogie.
And then you got Creason.
Hey, we got one impression that you got to do.
Is it too soon?
Well, we've been doing it.
Have you?
Yeah, we've been doing it.
He's probably watching us.
Okay, I'm coming to listen to the sound and like talk to you, and then just like 8 seconds later.
Don't do that. Just talk to us. Turn the sound down.
Right.
Come on, man. You're in the show business.
So y'all ready for it?
Ready.
Me and George, you ready?
Yeah.
Goddamn, that's hot now, you motherfuckers.
Y'all fuck
Y'all
idiot.
motherfuckers. I'm not gonna lie, that'll take you some weeks. It takes me time. You some weeks come out there and get club, like come out there while I drive, but assholes.
I remember he said we were going in going in the office to get paid. Me and Chris Farrell. And, hey, Chris, I guess he'd never been in the room there. He saw liquor bottles. Chris said, "How about you give me a bottle of liquor?" George looked at him and said, "How about you kiss me on my ass?"
He always had it such a way with words.
Yeah. He told him that. He looked in dead eyes and said, "Won't you kiss me on my ass?" Chris said, no,
No, ain't you glad you didn't have to go in there?
Hey, you want a Chris Farrell story? We were playing a bar, and Chris, I kept seeing Chris walk out with these damn beers in his hand, these Red's Apple Ales, right? Come to find out, Chris was going back in the cooler himself, getting them, walking out and throwing $1 or whatever it was on the damn bar. And the bartender thought he was tipping them. He was going in the cooler getting his own damn beer. They came outside. They said, "Look, Billy, we love y'all. That damn Chris Farrell, you better get a new damn guitar player." I said, "Why?" He said, "The motherfucker's going back there in the bar, in the cooler, getting his own damn beer. You can't do that." I mean, they were madder than you know what.
That sounds like a Chris Farrell.
That was a Chris Farrell story.
I know that some they couldn't do that shit in my bar.
No, he wasn't doing it there. Hey, I did hear a story today that was pretty cool, man. That you got on video. I want to see that video of the clock that came on at the bar. I want to see that.
Oh yeah. He told me as soon as I walked in, he said, "You believe in ghosts?" And I said, "Why?" He said, "George is here tonight." This was Friday night. And he told me about the clock that never had worked.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah. So I walked back there and I put my hand on the clock. No, everybody had just been watching it. I went in there and I put my hand on it. He was standing next to me. And as soon as I put my hand on it, Boogie said, "Are you here with us tonight, Daddy?" And the clock just went, lit up and started flashing.
Whoa.
And man, I got just thinking about it.
Well, and I talked to Pat today, and she said that it was last night or yesterday, and she was in there in the bedroom talking, and she heard something fall or something, and it was a picture of George.
Yeah.
And it ended up, it slid in the middle of the floor.
Wow.
So, and I told her, I said, "Well, he's always going to be with you.
Yeah.
He's always going to be watching after that club. He's always going to be.
Oh, sure. He's going to be always there, omnipresent."
And, she's like, "Well, I don't know if you," I said, "Ma'am, I don't doubt anything you're saying to me."
Well, we're gonna have to wrap this one up
Yeah.
because
Before we go, just go ahead.
Larry's got to be working
Your
like
plug.
10
What's your
minutes.
next weekend? Where you're at? This weekend?
This Friday we're going to be at Time Out in Kernersville with an acoustic version of Damn Fino, and then next weekend we're in Columbia, South Carolina,
Good deal.
and then DC after that.
Okay, Vernon.
This Saturday, White House at Baden Lake.
Woo! That'll be huge.
Don't get stuck in the ditch.
What about next week?
He says
Honestly,
you got to
don't-
check with.
Yeah, look at
Honestly,
the
don't
schedule.
know.
Yeah, ladies
I'm
and
sure we
gentlemen,
got something.
we always enjoy having these guys in here because I mean,
We still
liked
gotta do
it so
another
much,
7.
We did it twice.
yeah, we loved it so much we did. We got rid of the first take, threw it away, and got these guys back.
Well, I mean, we didn't go into Vernon's 20-year illustrious career.
Trust me, that's for next time. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching the Dirty Overhaul Rock Show. We got Billy Creason,
We got one more caller.
I
Vernon
think it's your
Jordan,
son again.
and Boogie Woogie on the phone for Dave Baker and Larry McDowell. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Hola, ¿cómo está, por favor?